Even before President Biden announced his sweeping mandate of COVID-19 vaccines last Thursday, his approval rating was plummeting. Of course, the way they bungled Afghanistan. Now, some suggested they were trying to move the attention away from Afghanistan. It's like, I don't know, you got an ingrown toenail, so you break your foot, drop a block on it or something. I mean, this I think is going to be worse. It did distract somewhat from Afghanistan, but the polling shows that the American people are paying attention to this, and they don't like what they see. With me now to share his polling group's latest survey results from over this past weekend is Robert Cahaly, Senior Strategist and Pollster at the Trafalgar Group. Robert, welcome back to Washington Watch.
It's nice to be on the show, and happy to be here.
So, Robert, what does your polling show? Is the president, is he underwater?
Oh, this is not really an approval rating. It's more like on this particular issue. But on the particular issue with we had him very much underwater fighting with the approval rating. But with the poll you're discussing, we came out with what people think about the mandates on private business, and we released three polls at once because it gives you a pretty good picture. First, 58.6% of the public doesn't think he has the authority to do this to begin with. They don't think that he has a power to do that. Then we go to 56.1 support the governor's efforts pushing back. All these state governors pushing back on it, very much. And then we got 65% think that this is going to be. Excuse me. Also, the last one was. Do you think this is going to set a precedent that could be abused in the future? And we have 55% who also think that. So we're well over 50 on all three. He doesn't have the authority to do it. They support the governor's pushing back, and that this sets a precedent that it could be a bad precedent and could be abused in the future.
Now, Robert, what I saw when I looked through kind of the breakdown of this survey is that clearly the Republicans are opposed to what the president is doing. The Democrats seem to be in favor of it. But what I found interesting is that it looks like about 2/3 of the independents or non-affiliated are breaking against the president.
Yeah, that's what we've seen in all of our recent polling, is that independents' opinion is lining up with Republicans across the board with everything to do with Biden. The Democrats are on their own, whereas, leading up to the last election, the independents were evenly divided. We just see them on almost every one of those numbers. The independents are on the same side as the Republicans. And this is, like I said, this is almost every poll we've done recently, we find the same thing.
They're
on the same side.
I would certainly think that would make Democrats nervous going into the midterm elections.
It certainly would. There's a lot of concern about that they're worried about where these independents are lying, and that's why there's such an effort on their part to expand the Democrat base and to just get people who will mindlessly vote Democrat.
Robert, let me ask you this, because I'm going to tell you what surprised me when I looked at the breakdown of this survey. But let me ask you, did you see anything in this that surprised you?
The percentage of people who support the governor surprised me a little bit, because you've got so many states where the governors aren't doing anything. What you have is people that are in states like Virginia, where you've got probably a majority that are on the side of the Republicans on this. They're stuck with a governor who isn't. And so we're seeing them saying, hey, I might be from Virginia, I might be from Pennsylvania, I might be from Michigan, but I like what the governors in the other states are doing.
Mm-hmm. What really jumped out at me that I thought was interesting is you broke this down by ethnicity, was the strong reaction against the president, against this mandate from the Asian community.
Well, I think that there's, a lot of it is what you're seeing now is there's a these this type of Democrat that become used to the board.
Robert, you're breaking up on us. Maybe we'll have that conversation later. What I found was interesting about that when he broke this survey down by ethnicity is that there was stronger resistance to this overreach from the Asian community, even stronger than the white community, the Caucasian. Very interesting. I think a lot of that's because of the hard work ethic in that community, business owners. Anyway, that's what I'd like to get more insight from Robert on. Maybe next time we can talk about that.